Welcome to another episode of Adventures with Time. I'm on my way into New York City for the Watchbuys Roadshow at a secret location. And of course, I'm wearing my Sinn 104 as Sinn will have some of their representatives there. I'm looking forward to trying on watches that I wouldn't normally get to try on. Almost there. Stay with me to experience a lot of new watches. This event was dominated by Sinn watches, and rightly so, given that Jorn Dandy, the sales director of Sinn from Germany, was in attendance. I didn't do an accurate count, but I would say there must have been 40 to 50 Sinn watches there, including a lot of their recent releases, one of which is the Blue Dial 856. And looking at this first watch, I learned something I hadn't known before, in that Sinn uses a process called tegament technology, which significantly raises the hardness and scratch resistance of the cases. It's not a coating, it's an actual treatment of the metal. Another new watch for Sinn in 2018 is the 936 Chronograph, also made of tegamented steel. This is a 43 millimeter watch with 100 meters of water resistance. And there were many other watches to look at and try on and compare, getting a real feel for the breadth of the Sinn watch collection. I tried on the new Sinn 6099 Frankfort watch, which is an update to the 6000, introduced in 1999. But this watch increases the case size from 38.5 to 41.5 millimeters. Next up is the Sinn 103, a very popular chronograph, 41 millimeters in width and 17 millimeters in thickness. Not only a chronograph, but also includes day-date complication and a beautiful exhibition case back. Another chronograph is the Sinn 910. This is actually a flyback chronograph, in that you can reset the chronograph to 0 without stopping and starting it again. I gave this a try. You can start it, but you can also do a flyback. That's cool. The 3006 Hunter chronograph is aptly named given the hunter green dial. But this watch is chock full of complications. Not only does it include a chronograph, it also includes a 24-hour dial and day and date. And to top it all off, you even get a moon phase. I was also able to see what the lume on this watch looks like. You may be familiar with Damascus steel. I've seen it on those shows where they make swords and knives and axes. This is steel made by continually heating, folding, and pounding the metal back down again. And the result is this ripple effect in the steel. Well, Sinn has managed to make a watch out of it. They call it the Sinn 1800 DAMASZENER. It's limited edition to 100 pieces, and I'm told it's almost sold out, even though this watch is expensive at about $8,500. And this has resulted in quite an astonishing watch. Both case back, and dial are all made from this Damascus steel. This was a great opportunity to try on a watch, which is quite uncommon. Fortis was the only Swiss company represented at the roadshow, and they had on exhibit about a dozen watches. The other major German watchmaker that was there was Hanhart, a very well-established watch company from Germany. They had a small collection there. I was able to try on the Pioneer PREVENTOR 9, which is a watch with a sweeping second hand in a subdial. I also tried on their Pioneer 1 in a white dial. both of which I think could be used as casual or dress-up watches. Finally, there was a table of just a few watches which they called handmade. I looked specifically at the Dornbluth and Son Caliber 99.0, a fairly simple layout with a second subdial, but quite impressive. Well, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this roadshow adventure. I really think that roadshows and watch shows are a great way to see watches you wouldn't otherwise see. And I'll leave you once again with this image of the Damascus steel watch from Sinn. Please remember to subscribe, like this video, and add your comments below. Until my next adventure.